Welcome to Bent TV. Later in G Factor, the girls continue their advice on how to handle relationships, but we proudly start with a special treat. On the 11th of April, Bent TV was invited to attend the world premiere screening held here in Melbourne of the Subject to Change TV series pilot. So let's join Colin Armstrong in Behind the Curtain and meet some of the Subject to Change cast, crew and creative team.
I'm Colin Armstrong and I'm in Yarraville outside the Sun Theatre today as we are here for a premiere of the pilot of a film that is all about GLBTIQ youth in school settings, and it's called Subject to Change. I'm very excited to be here to the invitation event only, and we're going to be talking to cast and crew. It actually talks about some of the challenges that they're experiencing whilst at school.
What do we even need for this test? Shit, I don't even have a pen. Have you guys got a pen?
How about this one?
Where's that been?
Fuck it, let's get this failing over and done with.
Who's drama queen?
Takes one to know I'm.
I play Ben. He's sort of insecure about his sexuality at the moment. He knows that he likes boys, but doesn't really want anyone else to know at the moment.
My character's name is Ethan, and he's the new guy at Hedley High. So he acts as a bit of a social catalyst for the three main characters, namely Ben, Evie and Carly. Sexuality-wise, you'll just have to wait and see.
Yes. And I'm Evie, so I am Ben and Carly's best friends. I guess Evie's journey is kind of being that support to her best friends as they journey through high school and toying with, you know, the sexuality. And I think it's really important, not just for Australian television, but just for teenagers and also adults to have this as kind of a platform. Yeah, like the amount of people that through our social media campaigns and through the Possible that have reached out from all over the world saying this story needs to be told has been overwhelming and kind of inspiring for us.
It's more than just a television show. It becomes a support network.
Yeah.
Especially for young kids and young teens.
Yeah. My character's name is Amanda. Yeah. She comes across as a really big bitch. But what people don't know about her is that it's to hide her insecurities. Her best friend is Belle. And her frenemy is Katie.
My character is Belle. I play Amanda's kind of sidekick. Yeah. I'm a little bit shy, and it's a bit of a surprise when I do actually voice what I'm thinking about Amanda, but I think inside I'm trying to get out of there, but...
I play Rafiq on the show as the bully. I don't know what I have against Ben on the show.
Incredibly well written.
Not only at like setting the scene of a high school, which in itself is a difficult thing to do, but to give each character their own voice.
Yeah.
Which is hard to find in any filmic medium, really.
Yeah, what you saw today is just, it kind of gives that limitless possibility that you can hark back to when you're at school, but also it's current.
Yeah.
Which was the point.
I'm with Aidan and James from Subject to Change. We've just seen the world premiere of the pilot, and I can honestly say that I have had the most enjoyable experience seeing it, seeing incredible young actors, and also seeing that their craft is really superb to watch.
The message that it's okay to love whoever you love and not feeling obliged to tell anybody is really, really down-packed in Subject to Change, and the fact that it's okay to love whoever you want.
Tell us a little bit more about your role and how it sort of fits in.
Well, I play Ethan, and as you said, he's the new guy at school, and so that in amongst itself brings a whole new dynamic to anyone's life. I think coming to a new school and being there for the first time is always going to be challenging.
Oh, don't tell me.
That I fucked that asshole too.
Oh, what, you had a strap on? Hang on, weren't you sleeping with what's his name?
Oh, yeah, not that there was much sleeping.
Oh, God, Evie. So who hasn't had a taste of your croissant?
And why are you calling it a croissant?
Everyone loves a croissant. I love a croissant. Do you love a croissant?
Who doesn't like a croissant?
Would you like a croissant?
Fuck the croissant!
That's the problem. Too much fucking a croissant. Look at you. I'm burning the oven. Shut the bakery down.
What are we going to do with that little girl?
And moving on.
So what's with the new guy?
Did he just start today?
I don't know, but I'm going to go and suss it out.
He's kind of hot, isn't he?
Jeez, it didn't take you long, did it?
No, come on, let's get lunch.
Social media does play a huge part in subject to change. I think it wouldn't be a true depiction of high school if we didn't include Facebook or Twitter or even text messaging.
I'm with JD, who plays the role of Adam. Welcome.
Thank you.
Now, tell me about your role in Subject to Change.
My role in Subject to Change, I'm just a supporting character.
As I've been saying to some of your castmates, that it's certainly putting some messages out there about issues that need to be discussed.
For sure, especially on Australian TV, it's something I think we really need. So, yeah, hopefully, it all goes well and we get to see it on screens, because it does touch on a lot of important issues and things that we probably haven't explored enough in Australian TV.
And I think too, young people at school like that, there's isolation issues, there's bullying, harassment, all of those things.
Yeah, it touches on all of that.
And it's really great to touch on those subjects and treat them with the respect that the scripts have. And I think that that's really important.
I can't believe that she would do that.
Well, no one's perfect.
No, don't make excuses for her. She shouldn't have slept with my brother like that. That shit is just...
Yeah.
Can you believe this? Throw that away from me, will you?
Tonight we're with Ashley, who plays the role of Amanda in Subject to Change. It would have been some challenging times playing a character such as that.
Oh, yeah, definitely. I mean, she's a really difficult character to play, but she's also a very fun character to play. I mean, how many people get to say that they get to play a bitch? Yeah. Everything that she says and everything that she does, it's for a purpose. She doesn't say things unless she means to go about them, and whatever she does, it always serves a different purpose. So everything, when you're watching it, you always know that there's a bigger picture to what she's doing.
Tell me what you thought of the premiere tonight and the reaction it got from the audience.
Oh, I thought it was great. I've been so excited to see it, and just everyone's feedback from it. It's been so amazing. And in the theatre, everyone was laughing at parts when I got what I deserved, apparently. So that was always funny.
Oi, watch it.
What are you gonna do? Hey, Wimp, I'm talking to you. Yeah, you go cry to your mum, you fucking sook. Well, my character is, to me, it's hard playing the bully, because in school I was the one being gay, being bullied by the bully. So what I do is, when I try to act as the bully, I just remember all the people that said, harassed me at school. I just remember what they say, and I try to act it out towards Ben in the show.
It's a dynamic thing to be talking about and to be incredibly open about. Like you've just said, when you were in school, you were being bullied. And I mean, it's a really important, I think, for our community.
Yeah, exactly. Just to prevent all the bullying happening at school, but also accepting the gay community in Australia.
So tell me, was there a particular scene or character that you liked, or that you thought was resonated with anything within your own lifestyle?
Yep, I think from my point of view, when I was at school, I went to a private school where not necessarily all of that was out in the open, but it happened, I guess, underground. And I think to see that brought out into the open is fantastic. In the world that we live in, it's tough. And look, I'm a little bit older now, but being a teenager now, phenomenally challenging with all the social media and all the pressure and everything like that. Ridiculously difficult. So to get on board with that is great.
There he is.
Hey guys.
Why are you late?
Shit, give me a break. Did he just start today?
He's kind of hot, isn't he?
Jeez, didn't take you long, did it?
Do you play?
Can you believe this? What's with your laptop?
Just help me connect.
Oh, you should watch where you're going, young lady.
It's not my fault you're so tiny.
Ethan, check this fuck out!
Good work, shoot your brains. I hope your tits slide off.
Yeah, you go karate mum, you fucking sook.
How's it progressing, guys?
Really well.
Hey, fuck! Where are you going? You're supposed to walk me home.
Something came up. I'll make it up to you, I promise.
Yeah, so my character Belle, she's kind of the shy one. I think she's a bit unsure, just as normal high school students really are. So she clings to the mean girl, Amanda.
But I think too that it gives many messages about how people behave in secondary schools, and also definitely about what's right for our community and about talking about things.
Yeah, definitely. I think it's a message that needs to get out and be shown to the public, because I think it's something that gets kept inside a lot and is not shared, and I think it needs to be.
Taylor, I believe you're the production designer.
I am.
Yeah. So tell us about that in part of your role there.
Working on Subject Change was a great opportunity, I think, and it also delivers a great message from, I guess, perspective of young people in school, and Dan certainly had a vision that I believed in as well, and it was certainly a wonderful experience to be part of, and that's it. I think it relates to a lot of people, and as you said, behaviours, around the school and the dialogue and those storylines, and with anybody in any community, it's a great opportunity and a platform to present what I guess most people go through, or a lot of people in society now go through, and then it's an area of which discussion is becoming more socially acceptable, and I think it's close to a lot of people's heart and they can relate.
Well, Daniel had all the characters in his head and knew exactly where he wanted to take them, so it was a huge collaboration between the two of us, really, to understand what we could do, what could happen in the story to actually take these characters to where he wanted to see them. So we had to work in phases, I suppose. We had to just figure out where they were going, how they were going to go there, and once we had that locked in, it was all about how are these characters going to come to life, how they're going to talk, how they're going to be relevant in today's world, and a lot of research had to go into that, and it was one thing to know exactly the story, but then we really had to give them a voice, and that was probably what took the most time in the process.
And I think what really important is that we wanted to make sure characters were relatable to just the general public. We wanted to make them feel like they were connecting in some way to just the younger youth to today.
Dan and Thomas's characters had to be relatable and had to have their own level of depth and interest that we could show on screen and get the stories out that needed to be told. And the level of interest from the LGBT community is huge. The support is huge, it's massive. But the point is not to appeal to the LGBT community. The point is to get this out into the mainstream.
Absolutely.
And stop having the gay characters on the sidelines and bring them into the spotlight and tell their stories and just make it easier for the young LGBT people today. I think there was a great vibe in the cinema tonight. It's the first time we've had the chance to screen it to an audience. To find the gags that went flat and the unexpected jokes that it's like, oh, okay. But it worked really well overall, and everyone's kind of saying this is great. We want to find out what happens with this character.
The pilot was absolutely sensational, and it just throws a whole new light on this type of program where it features gay and lesbian characters, and it's solely about the gay and lesbian characters in this school. I was very, very, very impressed with it, and I do hope that the pilot becomes something greater, and hopefully we'll see a series on television. But it was really interesting in watching the pilot, in that it was so good, and that at the end you wanted to see more, because it just left you hanging at the end as to what's going to happen in the next episode.
It had that sort of impact on me that this was going to be a great Australian drama that is really now, honestly. I think it addresses a lot of great subjects, and I really look forward to seeing it being produced. I think what's really great about it is that it doesn't just appeal to same-sex. It applies to everyone, really. It's not about bullying of anyone that is of whatever persuasion you want. It's anyone, and bullying is a really big problem. I mean, I was bullied at high school as well, and I know it. It's fine. I mean, it's not fine. Sorry, it's not fine. But I understand completely that awareness of that is really important.
I think tonight we've only seen the start of a journey.
Yeah, me too. I hope it ends up going big places. I want to see more personally. So
no matter when you went to high school,
exactly,
the stories may have changed or times have changed, but the issues were still the same. Out of characters, did you have a favourite that you saw tonight?
Which one did we enjoy?
Or just as a combined?
I think the one that we can relate to is probably the
Pimple
lead.
Girl.
Yeah, the Pimple Girl. The Pimple Girl was hilarious.
Yeah, we loved it.
I couldn't take my eye off the pimple, but I think that in itself is more around growing up as an adolescent and being able to relate to that type of scenario, and also the being subject to, well, part of the fun, but subject to bullying within the high school place. I thought that, that although she was a female, that I actually related to that character quite well.
Like all of us tonight, I know you're looking forward to the future of Subject to Change.
That's right.
And thanks for talking to Ben TV tonight.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
See you later.
What we will go away with is that we've seen an amazing piece of Australian television tonight, and I only hope that you and I can both enjoy it when it hits mainstream TV, hopefully soon.
Thank you for watching Bent TV. Don't forget to visit our website, benttv.org.au, for links to current, past and archived content, to find out how to become a member and how to proactively support Bent TV. We're also on YouTube and Twitter. Back after the short break.
Good evening and welcome to the G Factor. You're on Bent TV, and with us today is Joe, Aramis and Simone, myself. So we're talking on relationships, and we're at this point. So last time we were together, we spoke about how to pick up.
We did.
And where to go.
We did. Where to meet them.
Where to meet them.
Pick up lines.
And now we're going to be talking about what the do's and don'ts of your first date.
Do's and don'ts.
So you've had many, Joe. You've probably both more experience.
What are you saying about me? All right, I've had a few. Okay. I would say mobile phones. Rude texting or answering the phone whilst you're on a first date. Would you agree?
Yeah, leave it in
the
the
number
car.
one.
Leave it in the
isn't
car.
Yeah, that's
Don't
number
talk
one.
about exes.
No exes. No ex talking. It's a turn off, isn't it?
Yeah.
What I recommend and what I did to secure my love of my life.
Many years, may I add?
That's right. I actually interviewed her for the job.
Really? Oh, well, there you go. Come with a set of questions.
That's true. It's like a recruitment process. Who's going to be the right person to be with me?
I like that.
Yeah. Was she applying for a job?
Yeah. She's applying to be my partner.
You know what? People have to apply.
Exactly. They do. They have to fill out the application form first.
Exactly right.
Take a resume.
Ticking the right boxes, everybody. Ticking the right boxes.
But you've got to be careful. You've got to know the questions so that you get the right answer.
So what would you think if they came over, say the first date was success, you had a few bottles of wine and they accidentally end up at your house?
Accidentally.
And wake up in the morning and you say, hey, I've got a spare toothbrush for you, and they said, don't worry, I just brought mine.
Oh, scary. Scary.
Is that a deal breaker?
Well, they could be organised.
Highly organised.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah,
That could
I
be
carry a little.
Actually,
I
that could
carry
be a
little
Virgo.
overnight bag
That'd
in
be
my
organised.
Really?
I do. Oh, don't look at me like that. I do, because you never know where you're going to end
up. Oh,
Are
really?
you serious?
You're that.
Oh no!
So you're that much of a floozy that you never know where you're going to end up.
But I'm that sort of
It's
person.
true,
I like to be
quite.
organised. The last thing you want to do is like wear the same clothes home the next day.
Why have you got a spare set of clothes?
In the car, in the boot. Oh, come on. So I don't want to use somebody's toothbrush.
You're actually almost a U-Haul person.
U-Haul, removalist truck.
Yeah,
we're talking.
removalist.
Oh,
You are.
no, that's not until the 4th date.
So do's and don'ts. I think put a spare pair of undies in. Just, you know, like... You
Well, why do you have to wear undies the next day? You could just pop them away in your handbag.
Okay, but what about inviting them to the house? What about inviting them to the house, though? You cooking, obviously. So
I thought we were going out.
Is there an agenda when you invite someone over to your house and cook for them?
What means you
The
really
agenda
into
is that I don't really feel like... I want to stay home and drink.
Well,
you're sending a message that you're into them.
I think
if you
so.
want to cook them.
Where's the first date? A restaurant, a cafe,
Coffee.
a house?
I think a coffee to begin
can't
with,
go
because then you
wrong.
can leave.
True.
Keep it short.
Keep it short,
polite.
Sweet.
Yeah.
Yes.
Exactly.
Like a good coffee.
A good coffee. Some people just love good coffee.
Yeah.
Better than the date.
Yeah.
Great. Okay,
Absolutely.
so then, so the date's successful?
Oh, yeah. Okay.
And now you want to keep them.
Do you
How
want the
do you
second date?
keep the
How do you
yeah.
How do you keep them? Okay. Well, how do you keep them interested for the second or third date? Yeah.
Well, how do you maintain a long-term relationship? Actually, I'm really curious to know.
Yes.
Well, I'm
me
going to give you
too.
those answers, but we can talk about that next.
How do you-
What do you want to know now?
Tell me, because you've
How-
been with your
secret
partner
to your
7 years.
success
The 5
is-
languages of love is a secret to success.
Oh, really?
Being
I only
able
know
to
2.
be able to fill someone's love tank.
Oh, fill
Because the thing is, you got to know how to do that, because then you've got them forever.
Okay.
If you feel loved, you're going to stay. Is that correct? Do you
Yeah.
know what do you know
What are the
what your
times
love
I don't
language
feel
is?
loved and I still
Well,
stay?
I
My
just
love language?
feel my own love.
So the 5 languages of love is quality time, acts of
Food.
service, physical touch, gifts, and affirmations.
Did
Were you
you know?
concentrating then?
I did.
Yes, I got lost at gifts.
Well, you know, someone wants to shower you
My
with gifts.
gifts.
Does that make you feel loved?
Oh,
or do you need someone to say, "I
no,
love you. You're
no,
the
no,
sexiest
it's
woman on the earth"?
Giving, receiving.
That makes me feel
Or do you
loved.
want quality time with them?
Well,
or do you want touch?
all of
Physical
that.
touch? You're very greedy
want it
because you're
all.
Aries. You two. You're very greedy.
We want it all. But
I don't
okay,
like the
so
stigma
the
attached.
average relationship for a lesbian is 6.5 years. We do know that, don't we?
No, I didn't know that.
You're above average. I'm well below average.
I'm well below. It'd
It's
be
the only
6
time I'm below average.
6 days, not 6 years. But in saying that, so you'd have to have some sort of plan or some sort of
Plan? Oh, this
to
is
keep
getting
them, wouldn't you?
complicated.
It's
Well,
date night and all of that.
Well, you're going to
sort
have a
of
date
thing.
night, but
Date
it's
night.
about filling their love tank. If you can do that, you've got them for life.
Love tank.
Filling the
Yeah.
love tank. Okay, that's
Yeah,
great.
so how would you know that you felt loved? What would I have to do to you? I have to be a different person for a start off. But if
What would you have to do to me for me to feel
would I have
loved?
to say something to you like "I love you"? Would I have to say? Would I have
Yeah.
to give you time?
I
Or
love
would
you
have to-
all the
Would I have
time.
to touch you? What would it be? I have to shower you.
Inappropriately touch me?
whatever.
That
does it
makes
for
me
you.
feel loved.
What more is there? I ask you.
Yes, inappropriate touch.
Inappropriate touch. Okay, that would do it for you.
Inappropriate
How about you,
touch.
Joe? What would it do for
You
you?
know, I just want you to be you and I can be me.
Yeah.
I don't want to
And
be
you feel
hooked
loved?
and joined at the hip.
That's not.
You know,
We're not talking about that.
But that's love
No.
for me.
Oh,
Somebody
really?
that's independent, not, you know.
Needy. No needy.
No needies
If
should
anyone
apply.
comes to you and says you complete me, you run a mile.
Or you are my world.
Yeah, you're my everything.
You're scaring me, both of you.
No, that's what we're saying
that's
you
when
run from.
Yes.
Yes, I do. You're scaring me, both of you. You just
That's
said
why
it.
she's so fit.
Exactly. Now we know the secret.
Well, what is your
To your
love tank
physicality.
filled with, Simone?
Well, mine's completely full, and so's my partner because we know each other's love tank.
Oh.
Yeah, love language. You've got to speak it. Otherwise, you're talking like you're different languages.
Communication.
Yeah, you're not meeting each other.
Okay, so what about like little annoying things? You know, okay. First of all, when is a good time to move in?
Oh, I'd say at least 3 weeks.
But when do you know? Like, you know, when you meet someone and
straight
it's
away.
all wonderful and you think,
you
I
know
want you to
straight
move
away.
in now, and then they move and you think, oh, God, I think I made a huge mistake. That is one of the common phrases I use.
The love dust settles after 12 months.
It's called a
The
nerve growth factor. It's a
chemicals,
chemical
the
reaction.
love chemical stops producing after 12 months. Never make a decision in your relationship until you've been with that person 12 months.
Thank you, Joe, for that.
Great.
It's time
That means
again.
I can never make a decision.
It's time to wrap up again. Thank you, Joe and Aramis. We have to wrap it up now. Thank you for joining us on the G Factor, and we'll look forward to speaking to you again.
That's all we have time for. My name is Gavin Henderson, and you've been watching Bent TV. Thank you for joining us. See you next week.